Have you ever felt like you were in the wrong place at the wrong time, but somehow things worked out better than you could imagine? Let me tell you the story of Esther, a young woman who found herself in the middle of a palace, a crisis, and a purpose far bigger than she could have dreamed. Our story begins in Persia, a powerful kingdom ruled by King Xerxes. Esther was a Jewish girl living far from her homeland. She was raised by her cousin Mordecai, who loved her like a daughter. Now here's a twist. The king needed a new queen. After a long search across the land, Esther was chosen. A regular girl, an outsider, suddenly became queen of one of the biggest empires in the world. But there's one thing Esther kept secret, her Jewish identity. No one in the palace knew. Yet, enter Haman, a powerful man in the king's court with a big ego and a dark plan. He didn't like Mordecai, especially because Mordecai refused to bow down to him. So what did Haman do? He convinced the king to sign a law that would allow all the Jews in the kingdom to be killed. Just like that, an entire people's future was in danger. When Mordecai heard the news, he was heartbroken. He sent a message to Esther, begging her to speak to the king and stop this evil plan. But Esther was scared. In those days, no one, not even the queen, could approach the king without being invited. If she went in unannounced, she could be killed. Mordecai's words, Esther, were powerful. He said, "Who knows if perhaps you were made queen for such a time as this?" It was a moment of decision. Esther could stay silent and stay safe, or she could speak up and risk everything to save her people. Esther took a deep breath and chose courage. She fasted, she prayed, and then she went to the king uninvited. But instead of being angry, the king welcomed her. Esther invited him and Haman to a banquet, and then another. At the second banquet, she finally revealed the truth. She was Jewish, and Haman had tricked the king into signing a law that would kill her and her people. The king was shocked, angry, and in the end, he reversed the law. Haman's plan failed, and the Jews were saved. All because one woman, in the right place at the right time, chose to act with courage and faith. Esther didn't look like a hero. She wasn't born into power. But God used her right where she was, in the middle of a foreign palace, in a moment of crisis, to bring hope and protection to her people. Maybe you feel like you're in a place that doesn't make sense. Maybe you feel small or unsure. But remember this. God can use anyone, anywhere, for something greater than they can imagine. Even you. You are not an accident. You are here for such a time as this.